Hi everyone, this is Keota TheFail, and
The one, two, Pikachu!
she's just here in the video to look pretty. Anyways, I decided I was going to make a video of the origin of Keota TheFail, because I've been asked a lot of times in person and in comments, messages, text messages, all that fun stuff. So I decided I was going to go ahead and explain where I got my name from. It's kind of a long story, so if you're not interested, I've got other videos you can watch. It starts out with the name Keota. Where I got that from is back when I was about 14, I think. I was dating someone who was in another town, and there would be a lot of storms going around. And there was one time, one storm was going around, and my grandma made me sit in her room and watch the news with her, because they were talking about possible tornadoes going through his town and all that, and she wanted me to watch and make sure that he was safe and all that fun stuff. And I knew nothing was going to happen around here. Things usually aren't that bad. We'll get some damaging winds or hail and all that, but no major tornadoes kind of thing. So I wasn't really too concerned about it. But she insisted that I stayed in there and watch news with her because something might happen to him, and that I need to be there as the loving girlfriend and all that. And so I sat there and tried to ignore what was going on, because in other places, other states, the news would report tornadoes, actual tornadoes, and rotations in the sky, in the clouds and all that. And I didn't want to hear all of that. It made me sad, so I tried to avoid it. But one area that the news kept reporting, that just kept catching my attention, was Keota, Oklahoma. We just kept saying that over and over again. Keota, Oklahoma, Keota, Oklahoma. There's tornadoes heading towards Keota, Oklahoma, and all that. And why? And sorry about that. That was a phone call for some reason. That stuck with me. The name Keota, Oklahoma kept sticking with me. Luckily, nothing really actually happened at that time in Oklahoma, Keota, Oklahoma. Nothing actually happened. But even still, that name stuck with me. And I didn't really use that name for anything until later on. The first time Keota became anything to me really was when I had an idea to start working on my book, and she became the main female character. That was her name. Now where the fail part came from in my name is sometime after sometime after the whole being forced to watch the news for the weather and stuff, I started playing WoW. And I got really into it, and I started playing it when I was pregnant with her, with 1-2 Pikachu. And at the time, I didn't have a character by the name of Keota or anything, but later on, after she was born, I made another character, and I named that character Keota. It was a mage, and I would play World of Warcraft all the time, but it was one of those things where, because I had her around, and then I had my son, I didn't really progress like everybody wanted. I mainly, for a while, I played mostly just Keota, and my character wasn't that good. She was max leveled and all that fun stuff. She had somewhat okay gear, but people wanted me to raid with her and stuff. They were trying to get me to perfect her in every way, and I just didn't have the time or the attention span because I had kids running around. So everybody would complain about how crappy my character was, how I wasn't playing her good enough, and I failed at the game and stuff, and they kept telling me that the kids weren't really that important to do or to focus on. They wanted me to just strictly focus on World of Warcraft. And it was pretty much, I had people in game and people, friends in real life, tell me that pretty much all I need to do with the kids is make sure that they're fed and they're clean and changed and stuff, and then I can just pretty much toss them in a corner and ignore them and focus only on the game. And that's not something I was going to do. I had people get pretty mad at me because I wouldn't get to the level of the skills and the damage and stuff that they wanted me to do because I was too busy focusing on the kids. So if by some chance I was able to do something, had the time to be able to do a raid or go PvP or something, I wasn't that good, and everybody would complain about how crappy I was in the game. And like after a while they started talking about how I failed at the game, I failed my character, I fail so bad at the game or whatever, I should just quit and stuff. And I kind of, for like a minute, it irritated me, it pissed me off, it was really frustrating because no one understood that even though I tell them I'm not going to be good, they still insisted that I was better than what I thought. I knew I wasn't, my character was crap. And so when they went ahead and dragged me into these things where I have to be like the top of everything and I wasn't good enough, they would get really mad. So I turned it into this thing where they were like, oh, you're so crappy at this game. I'm like, oh yeah, I know, I fail. I'm Keota TheFail mage. And all this fun stuff, and that's pretty much what I became. Anytime anybody would talk to me or whatever, I would refer to myself as Keota TheFail mage instead of just Keota. And that's where Keota TheFail came from. It could have been Keota TheFail mage, but I kind of felt as though that'd be too long of a name, so I just left it as Keota TheFail. And I like the idea of keeping the fail part because you get all these people that will tell you that you're not good enough at something and blah blah blah, and who cares? Who really cares? I like to make it as a joke or something like, oh, you screwed this up, you did this wrong or whatever. I was like, I know, I fail, huh? I'm just so fantastic, aren't I? I like to keep it as a reminder not to take things too serious, like I did when I was playing WoW. It's just make it as a joke kind of thing, because like I know I'm not going to be good at some things, I'm not going to be perfect at some things, people are going to get irritated at me for it, I'm going to get irritated myself, but shit happens, life happens, you're not going to be the best at everything, you're not going to be perfect at everything, sometimes you're going to fail at things, and that's okay. So it's kind of as a joke. I don't really actually mean it as like I fail at this, I'm a horrible person, I should just give up on everything, I'm just a failure in every way. Yeah, I'm trying to make it as a joke and try to play it off as like it's not that big of a deal. And when I can start getting into playing games and stuff, you'll be able to see how much I actually fail at some of those things, depending on the game and all that. A lot of them I'm not good at. And it's probably going to irritate quite a few of you, and in advance I apologize, but as long as I'm having fun, that's all I care about. You can say whatever you want, but it's alright. I don't care. I don't care. Huh. Me and 12 Pikachu have a video plan coming up soon. Currently working on it now, trying to figure out how to go about doing this. Hopefully we can get it up and going soon. It's going to be a little series that we're going to do. I came up with the idea while I was at work. I got bored and I was like, yeah, why not? It should be fun. And we'll go from there. We're going to try to work on it this weekend, hopefully. And hopefully the videos will be up soon. Alright? So bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in another video, hopefully soon. Bye!
Bye-bye.